Jennifer's wedding day, 8 years earlier. Mum looked desperately glamorous, with her salon-fresh hair and artfully artless outfit. No mother-of-the-bride peach suit with matching hat for her. Lisa remembered the hat, 3 feet wide, floppy-brimmed, espresso-coloured straw. No one sitting in the 4 pews behind her saw a thing of the ceremony. You couldn't see why, and she no longer remembered, but Mum was laughing her big, loud laugh. Her head was thrown back, the ungainly hat long abandoned, the auburn waves of her hair blown messily across her face by the summer breeze. Her large, expressive mouth was open and wide, so that you could see a filling on the top row of her teeth, and her hazel eyes had almost disappeared into the crinkles of her face. It was an especially great picture of her mother, although Barbara had always been photogenic. Lisa could almost hear it when she looked at the picture, deep and throaty, and so alive. It was Mum's raucous laugh she would miss the most, that and the smell of fracas. She thought about the last big belly laugh they had shared. It was the day Lisa had helped her mother plan her own funeral. She couldn't bear to do it with Mark, she had said. He would keep crying, and she so badly didn't want to cry. She was almost obsessed by not crying towards the end. Hannah was too young, obviously. Amanda wasn't around, off doing whatever Amanda was doing right now. And Jennifer, well, Jenny Wren wasn't exactly the person that sprang to mind for the task, she said, making a stupid grimacing face and rolling her eyes. No, she wasn't. Lisa could see that. Part of her was horrified, and part flattered, of course. She hadn't expected it to be hilarious, but now that she thought about it, she didn't know why not. The two of them had done a great deal of laughing together through all of Lisa's life. Mum had been quite well that week. She was thin and a bit of a funny colour, a sort of translucent pale lavender, but she was still mobile and almost energetic. She'd had all these brochures and computer printouts spread across the dining room table, coffins, hearses, wreaths. She always said life was a retail opportunity, but now, obviously, so was death. The last great party you got to go to, they said, if you planned it right. It was macabre and weird for about the first 20 minutes, and then they both just got silly because that made it easier. Mum had even got prices for those horse-drawn affairs, but they decided that people weren't really ready for a purple crushed velvet craze-style East End send-off. She'd planned the clothes, though. She wanted to wear her Millennium Eve party dress, although it was a bit big for her right now. Which was a minor cause for celebration, and almost the justification for an open coffin ceremony, since she'd eaten cabbage soup for a week and had one of those ridiculous lymphatic wrap things in order to squeeze into it on December the 31st, 1999, and it hadn't been near her since January the 1st, 2000, when the wrap wore off and all the cellulite flooded back. Lisa remembered the dress. It was emerald green, lithe and silky, and her mum had looked amazing in it. The kind of good that almost makes adult daughters a little bit resentful. There'd been an underwear issue. She'd talked Mum into the first and last thong of her life, convincing her it was the only acceptable option under the dress, bar going commando. Mum had rung on New Year's Day to say it was so uncomfortable she'd taken it off after about an hour and seen the New Year in Nicholas, with a magistrate and a headmaster at the table, if you please. More laughing. "Isn't that a bit of a waste of a perfectly lovely Ben de Lisey? I was hoping I might have that," she had joked. Actually joked. Jennifer would have been fulminating. "Too bad," said her mum, winking. "There'll be a bit of money. Use it to buy one of your own." What really did them in was the music. Mum said she couldn't bear to have something miserable. No abide with me. No one can ever make the high notes. You can always hear the tear in their voice. No nearer my God to thee. Too Titanic. Lord of the Dance was nixed because it reminded her of Michael Flatley, and who the hell wanted to think of that daft prancer as they were shuffling off their mortal coil? And He's Got the Whole World was far too tambourine-y. She'd got a fondness for Jerusalem.